Original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is our mini mailbag episode where we read your emails and play your voicemails. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stettin.
And I'm producer Maria.
Shall we start? I don't think we have any new reviews, unfortunately, which means you guys really got to get on it. It's 2021. So please leave us a new review or rate us. We would love to read it on the podcast, please.
We got to get to 1,000 reviews.
Seriously, like what's happening? What's going on? Why aren't people reviewing?
If you leave us a review, I will send you a personal direct message.
Wow.
And those are high in demand, let me tell you.
Yes, they are.
We got some emails.
Yeah, what do those say?
Okay, this is from Anna. Subject is, there's an underground bunker somewhere in Michigan.
Wow.
So on a trip to Detroit a couple years back, my friend took me to an underground bunker dubbed the Murder Pit. Now, I don't want to give too much information away because it's not my pit and I haven't cleared telling you all with the creator and don't want to become the pit's first murder. Anyways, to get there, you follow a small deer path not far from a major road. Then at a certain bend in the trail, you look for a bucket hanging in the trees. You then fill the bucket with rocks to make the bucket lower, which lifts a piece of plywood that is covered in leaves off of the hill like a trap door.
I hate this.
The murder pit is a single room that was dug into the side of a hill and is rigged out with benches and even electricity somehow. I was told that to dig this amount of earth out, the creator lured his friends out there with unlimited Adderall and told them to keep digging.
Well, that's kind of sick.
That's funny. It's always been an inspiring memory for me because it's really not far from houses and roads, but it's a little ingenious secret spot with a funny story. Anna, what?
That's like very crazy. That's like Kiss the Girls shit.
Yeah, well, Anna, you gotta tell us where this is. Give us like a main road in Detroit. We gotta send John Tenney there.
Yeah.
Look for a bucket hanging on the side of a road.
Yeah.
This is from Tiffany. Subject is Sherry Papini brought us together. For some reason, the other night, I randomly thought about Sherry Papini. Instead of my typical solitary web crawl on random thoughts, I searched her name in my podcast app and saw your episode.
Ooh.
After that, I had an absurdly long binge fest. So if there's one good thing that came from an allegedly pilled out Latino-hating webcam skinhead, it's her introducing me to my new 3 BFFs. Do not be alarmed. I'm far too lazy to stand in a 3-hour Shia LaBeouf line to convince you why you should love me back. Maria. Anyway, I felt compelled to reach out and tell you I like the pod. Feels like the combos I have with a couple of my friends IRL. Let me know when you want to meet at the Denver airport for our layover to ultimately piss on some redwoods at Bohemian Grove with John Tenney and Nick Cage. Tiffany.
Oh, I like her.
Thanks, Tiffany.
That's so cool. She just
Welcome
stumbled
to the
upon
pod.
us. I do really want to go to the Denver airport. That's like on my bucket list.
I've been there.
And was it not cool?
I don't remember. It was like 12, 13 years ago. I wasn't even wasn't paying attention. This is from Sarah. Subject is story time. Hey, web crawlers, you said you wanted stories, so story time. A group of friends and I were doing a road trip from California to Washington and hitting up all the national parks on the way. This was in April and May, so the snow was just starting to melt off the mountaintops, and most of the water sports activities were not open for the season. Regardless, for some reason, we insisted on kayaking at North Cascades National Park. We looked up any kayak rentals that might be open, and the only thing we found was this random guy who posted on Reddit. Oh no. Yeah, there was no name, website, or contact information for the resort he mentioned, just instructions on how to get there.
That's how you get human trafficked.
Yeah, here were his instructions. Next to the dam is the start of a trail. Off the edge of the trail, about a mile in, you will find a phone strapped to a tree. Pick up the phone, and it will call a floating resort on the lake. They'll come pick you up with a boat. At the resort, you'll be able to rent a kayak. We were all convinced the story was nothing more than a wild acid trip, but we had nothing better to do, so we decided to hike the trail he mentioned anyways. Much to our surprise, about a mile in, we did indeed find a phone strapped to a tree.
What? Oh my God. She's like, and then I found a bucket on a tree, and then I filled it with rocks.
Yeah, this is weird. Still, it wasn't connected to anything, so none of us expected it to work. But we got this far, so we picked it up and dialed the number written on the handle. As we suspected, nothing. We were about to give up and move on when someone noticed another number written on the back of the phone. We dialed it, and lo and behold, a young man picked up. We asked if they were able to rent us kayaks. The voice said, "I'm not sure. Let me see if we can get them out of storage. Stay there and I'll call you back in 30 minutes. We waited an hour and a half before hearing back, but eventually a man picked us up in a boat and took us to a cabin in the middle of the lake. We rented kayaks and it was beautiful and all was great. Photos attached. The end. I hope my little story was entertaining for you."
Whoa, yeah.
And here are photos.
I mean, that's gorgeous, but wow, you really have to... I hope they knew karate or some sort of self-defense.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
Wow.
Good for them. They have a real joie de vivre.
A real joie de vivre. Let's play some voicemails.
Ew. You actually look so much like Jesus. It's not even funny, Maria.
With this mustache, Jesus didn't have this mustache.
With that mustache and when your hair down and that halo, you look identical to Jesus.
It's scary.
Oh my God. Maria,
I hate it. I hate it.
So much like Jesus. I'm like kind of attracted to you.
I think that's great.
It's frightening.
Yeah,
it's
that's
really
crazy.
Frightening.
What's so frightening about it? Come, my children.
Oh. All right, I'm going to play this voicemail.
Hey, this is for web crawlers. This is Andy from San Antonio, Texas. Patreon member, love the podcast. You guys missed the biggest question for Tom. For John from the Aliens podcast, on the Aliens episode.
Oh.
What does he specifically believe? And what do you guys believe? I don't know if you guys said that. All right, love the pod.
Huh.
That's a good
question.
question.
That is a good question. I didn't ask John. We should do a follow-up. I'll email him. I don't know what I believe. I used to be a hard no on aliens, but my eyes are slowly being open to the idea. I will say before it did all that weird weather stuff in LA, like when it was like hailing and like lightning storm and like thunder and all that weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The night before, I swear I was looking up in the sky. It wasn't like a cloud. It was like something different. Like, I don't know what it was, but I swear it was something. And then the next day, I mean, obviously the way I'm describing it, you think it was like, it was whatever caused the weather. Like it was the weather pattern that was, but I swear I saw something weird. So I don't know. My eyes are more open to the idea.
Yeah, I would say I'm more definitely leaning towards not believing, but like, I mean, there's like a small percentage of me that's like, yeah, there's probably something crazy out there. And I like thinking about it. It's fun. I like talking about it. Yeah, it's very interesting. And I'm more interested, I guess, in the people who believe in it. That's like interesting to me. I don't know. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I believe that there's definitely something out there. I don't know if they've made contact or anything yet, but I definitely think I'm very open to the possibility of aliens in, some form.
Same.
And there's one right there.
There she is. Take me to your dealer. Okay, next voicemail.
Hey, this is Andy again. Sorry if I sounded weird on my last message, but talking to pretty lovely ladies like you makes me nervous. Keep up the pod. I love it. Bye.
You didn't sound weird at all.
No, you didn't sound weird.
You didn't sound weird, you weirdo.
A lot of social anxiety in our listeners.
Yeah.
A lot of like, I made a mistake. I have to go correct it through another voice.
I love that.
I get it.
I get it.
I love an anxious
It's
crowd.
very close to home.
Yeah, I get it.
Like attracts like.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, web callers. My name is Liz, and I wanted to share my UFO experience with you guys.
All right.
So for my birthday about 3 years ago, my boyfriend, 2 close friends, and I went on a UFO tour in Sedona, Arizona. The tour claimed that we would see real UFO sightings, and we met with the tour guide at a hotel parking lot and paid $80 per person due to the equipment that we would be using. After we paid, we followed the tour guide to some deserted desert area close to the hotel. He gave us night vision goggles and a laser to point at objects in the sky. He told us not to point it directly at airplanes, but to make a circle around them. At the start of the tour, we mostly saw airplanes and some satellites. As the sun went down, we started seeing these ships in the sky due to the reflection of the sunlight. The ships were traveling faster than airplanes and sometimes changed course. More and more of these ships became more visible and did not have the blinking lights the same as airplanes do. We saw a few that changed direction and others that seemed to go back into outer space and disappear. At one point, the tour guide pointed the laser at one ship to get its attention, and the ship shined a bright light back like if it had acknowledged us.
Whoa.
Then the tour guide claimed that it was a Navy spaceship that had acknowledged us. The tour guide explained that most of the UFOs that we were seeing were U.S. military spaceships, and that the ships that made very abrupt movements were alien ships. So according to him, the U.S. military spaceships are made by 2 U.S. aerospace and defense companies, and that in reality, the governments around the world work with each other, and that the wars that are here on Earth are not legit. The government also possesses enough energy for everyone, but they won't let the public know about it. The government is aware of alien life and has spaceships guarding the skies from aliens, and that there are constant battles happening in space. He said that he also believed in reincarnation and that in his past life he had been Benjamin Franklin, and in another life he had been a young girl. He also said that when he was young, he was very smart and went through math classes pretty easily, and that his family had to move around because the U.S. government wanted to take him. He said that we had 5 international space stations and that Mars was actually inhabited. He said that Kennedy's wife was invited.
There's part 2.
Good. I hope there's part 3, 4, 5. This guy's it.
So I left up where he said that aliens didn't come to Earth to abduct people, but that they did this thing called uploading, where they communicate with us through their mind without speaking directly to us. He said he had some of those uploading encounters before, and that aliens had told him that they just wanted us humans to get along with each other, and that we would be going into the next level of civilization or something like that when at least 51% of humans in the world became selfless. We saw a lot of things, Navy ships in the sky that night, and it was pretty awesome. We know that they were not airplanes, or at least commercial airplanes. I'm still not sure of what I saw, but I suspect that they are probably a form of military aircraft. Anyhow, in all honesty, I liked the experience, but it was hard for me to believe some of the stuff that was said in the tour. So after taking this tour, we started driving to the middle of the desert to look at the sky after sundown. We also used this app called Flight Radar 24 that tracks aircraft in real time to make sure we are not looking at a plane. There has been a few occasions that we have seen these things flying in the sky with the naked eye. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the story. Love you guys, and I have been following you guys from the start of 2020.
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
What's that, Liz? Was that her name, Liz? Thank you for that story.
Yeah.
That was wild. I can't believe that guy thought he was... The craziest part is that guy thought he was Benjamin Franklin.
That's the craziest part.
It's like, does everyone that has had a past life just happen to be a celebrity?
It's like in defending your life.
I was probably just like a boring someone like me who was just like... Did nothing.
No,
like
I
fisherman.
was Benjamin Franklin, of course. So I don't really have to do much in this life, because in the last life, I discovered electricity.
It's like how everyone thinks they were like Marilyn Monroe or Cleopatra.
Yeah. Sure you were.
I was just some person named Mary Williams. Just some basic
You like
bitch.
harvested potatoes somewhere in like 1850. Like, I'm
That's
sorry.
who I was.
Yeah.
Okay, next message.
Hello. This here message is for the web crawlers.
Hi, Jeb.
Hi,
Man, I
Jeb.
gotta tell you something happened to me
and it scared the bejesus out of me. I'll tell you what. All right?
What?
Now, I was taking my dog for a walk. Her name's Maxie. She's half lab, half hound. We all know.
Half lab, half hound,
right?
yes.
And there's a little patch of land behind my house, a little patch of woods. And me and Maxie go in there, and we got to get away from it all, you know. Now, I have a 6-year-old boy, okay?
Oh.
Now, I'm getting into this patch of woods here, and I'm walking. I got my wife's earbuds in. I cleaned them, Maria, all right? I'm not gross, okay? And I'm listening to a podcast, and all of a sudden I heard some little kid say, Daddy, Daddy, like calling out.
No.
The dog stopped. She was looking around, and I immediately called my wife, and I asked her, I said, is he home with you, or did she get out the house? And she said, he's right here watching YouTube. It freaked me out, man. Me and the dog went searching for that voice, man. We heard it like 3 more times, but we couldn't hear anything after that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Jeb.
It was the freakiest thing I ever done seen, man, or heard. All right, then.
That's creepy.
Y'all, hope you had a nice holiday, and everybody on the Discord had nice holidays there, too. All right, then.
A nice holiday, too. Jeb, what the fuck?
That's
Scary
terrifying.
stuff, Jeb.
That's creepy. I don't...
Boy,
it's weird that the dog also, like, stopped.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary when your pets, like, stare into...
Oh my God, my dogs have been like looking at the ceiling and then like traveling their eyes like as if like something's floating around, and I hate it. Like I don't know what it is. I mean, it's got to be like a fly or something because I leave the back door open all the time so they can go in the backyard, but like they'll look and just like track something that's going around the ceiling, and it's so scary.
It's a ghost. It's a ghost. Yeah. Okay, next, a voicemail.
Hello. This here message is for the web crawlers.
Hi, Jeb.
I was just catching up, and I was listening to your UFO episode with that seance feller. I like him.
Yeah,
he seems
great.
very cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised none of y'all mentioned the supposed underground alien base underneath the Denver, Colorado airport.
Well,
I don't know if y'all heard of that, but it's supposed to be like
that's weird.
A military base where they keep different specimens of aliens, and they're supposed to be working together since like the 60s or so.
Oh.
I don't know if you said that.
We talked about lizard people
Hello, Allie.
under the
How are
Denver
you?
airport.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about that.
Doing very well. Thank you for asking. And there was another lady on your mailbag episode, and she said hi to me. So, hi. I hope you are doing well as well. All right, then. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Jeb.
That's so weird that we've talked about the Denver airport twice today.
Yes, it is.
That is weird.
What if something like happens in Denver today? That'd be so creepy.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will. There's no
Sure
way
it
it's
will.
not going to.
Okay, next voicemail.
So this message is for the web crawlers. This is the first time I'm calling. My name is Hector. I live in Los Angeles.
Oh,
Hi,
And I have
LA.
a weird simulation story.
let's hear it.
Simulation story. When I was like 7 or 8, I went to an Albertsons or a Safeway. And we were at the second line, me and my mom and I. And
Thank you.
right at the entrance where you exit and enter, there was like a mirror that faced you, that all the guests, like all the customers, to see if they were going to feel it or not. So right above the entrance and exit. I remember looking, and the mirror was opened, and I saw a group of 10, 20 different, like, office people, like people in work attire, suits and all that jazz. And they were all on, like, computers. And it was so weird because it looked like I was looking at a wall, but it was more than a wall. We had so much more depth and a lot more people. And I was looking at it, didn't understand it. And it felt like it was something I shouldn't have seen. And I always think about that day, whether or not, like, is this a simulation or was that just the store like a front for something? I don't know. I'm only 23. I don't know. I think about that day quite frequently since listening to the show. I'm a big fan. All the friends that I have, or the very few I have, always mention you guys to always listen. I love this show.
Oh.
That's it. And you guys should interview Jeb. Like, who is Jeb? Like,
Right?
who is Jeb?
What is Jeb? Yeah.
What is Jeb? Wait, so he's saying he saw a mirror at Albertsons or something, and
He's saying he saw what I used to see at the Baskin Robbins in the Palisades.
Oh, like a see-through mirror where you see like
It was it was just it seems like it was a two-way mirror.
right.
And there was but he's kind of describing where he looked in and it was like people
an
basically
office environment.
but it seems like it was like people. The Albertsons was like the center of the simulation headquarters, basically, and it was like people on computers, basically, like telling people what to do through coding.
That's creepy.
Maybe. I don't doubt anything anymore.
And he's only 23, so I don't know.
Right. So we don't know.
Okay,
but
so one thing I will say, though, is have you ever, I can't remember if it's Ralph's or Gelson's, but on the second floor in the Palisades of either the Ralph's or Gelson's, the bathroom
second floor?
Yes, because that's where the bathroom is.
There's a second floor to these grocery stores?
I never went to the bathroom.
It's not like
Ralph's.
a huge second floor, but it's like, I don't even know if it goes the whole way around, but it's like there's like a little stairs. And then there's
wait a minute, Allie, are you talking about the CVS?
No, because that leads up to the parking structure.
There is definitely at the Palisades CVS, there's like the discount rack, and then you have to go up the stairs there. And then there's also that back way that they've since locked off. But this is only for Palisades listeners.
Yeah, but my point
I'm
was
talking to the Martinez family who is listening at this moment. The only other Palisades.
But okay, so on the second floor where the bathroom is, there was like a little office where like the employees of the Gelsons or the Ralphs, I can't remember which it was, would like eat lunch and like stuff like that. So maybe at these places there are these like offices for the employees to like a break room or something, like a teacher's lounge type place with a two-way mirror.
Right. Yeah. It makes sense. I mean,
or it could just be a simulation. I don't know. I'm just 23.
I'm only 23. We did get this email from David. The subject is stairs.
Oh my God, we were just talking about stairs.
I know, I just remembered I saw the subject. It says, okay, I found this on TikTok. I attached the video. I'll just play it because I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. Official Jess.
If you ever see a random staircase in the woods, you have to get away as fast as you can. Never climb them. There was a story going around a couple years ago stating that there are abandoned staircases in national forests around the world.
I've read
like deep
these
in
stories.
the forest away from anybody. It's just a staircase, no other structure attached to it. Some stairs are in ruins, some are perfectly sturdy, some are iron spirals like the kind you'd find in a lighthouse, and they literally just reach up to nowhere. And there are so many different theories as to why these stairs are there and what actually happens when you climb them. Only a few have ever dared to climb the staircases, and the people who have report feeling unnerved and unwelcome or even nauseous when they're up on the stairs. Some people say the stairs lead to another dimension, other people say it leads to hell. Others say that's why so many people and kids go missing in national forests, because they climb these stairs and they're never seen again.
Okay. The funniest thing is at the beginning.
I actually really like
saying,
creepy TikTok.
You guys should have your own TikTok.
Yeah, I actually when I downloaded TikTok, I made my username web crawlers just for safety.
I think you guys would do very well on TikTok.
Yeah,
but I love in stories like that when she's like she goes, if you're in a forest and you see some stairs, get away as soon as possible. Like, so can you imagine like seeing it and being like, we gotta go. And your friend being like, what? Just leave, run.
Of all
I
the
would do
things.
that. I would go. We should do a TikTok where like we seek out stairs in the forest and like climb up them and like disprove this stuff.
Yeah, I read there's this like a thing on Creepypasta and Reddit where it's like mysterious staircases. I've read like so many of these stories. Some of them are like real, some of them are fake, but they're all like, it's so good. They're all creepy. And
we should do like Mythbusters, but for creepy stuff.
Yeah.
Creepbusters.
Creepbusters. Okay, anyway.
That sounds like a pedophilia crackdown.
I know, it's
thing.
just I was like something about that doesn't sound right.
You know, the girl you were talking to was actually 8 years old.
You've been busted, you creep.
Creep busters. Yeah, maybe we'll think of a different name.
Yeah, we'll workshop the name.
Web busters. Nope. Same thing. Nope. Well,
I think
that's all she wrote.
That'll do it.
That's all she wrote. Anyways, if you see a flight of stairs, like just don't anywhere for that matter, just don't go up it by any means because you don't know what will happen. I mean, even in the staircase inside a house, you don't know what might happen. So
an owl might hit you.
Yeah, our new cause should be just outlawing stairs in general. Please email us, call us. We love to read this stuff. And please, please, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts because it helps us also get up in the charts. We can move from like 1,200 to maybe 300.
1,100.
Anyways, I am Allie Mythbuster Siegel.
I am Melissa Creepbuster Stenton.
And I'm Maria Buster Blasucci.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.